When you put an African marriage side by side a Western marriage, it is obvious the African marriage looks more like slavery or what I call conjugal abuse.
Okay, is Western marriage and African marriages the same or they are different? That's what we're going to talk about today. Hey, gorgeous people, how you all doing today? My name is Maria David, and I'm back again with another interesting video. So today's video is about marriages and how African men treat their wives during marriage or in their marriage. I'm gonna roll this clip for you all to watch, then I'll come back and talk about it.
When you put an African marriage side by side a Western marriage, it is obvious the African marriage looks more like slavery or what I call conjugal abuse. And it is unfortunate this has not been looked into at any point in time. But most times it is mistaken for what Bible calls marriage in the Bible. The lordship in the Bible simply means ownership because it is part of you. And Bible clearly states how you need to love your wife just as you love yourself. So African marriage is far from the Bible, very far. The first reason for that is this. Scriptural marriage does not have any room for slavery that is visible in African marriage. And that is why it is almost impossible to point any marriage in Africa that you can say it is a good marriage or successful marriage. The ones we all mistaken for good ones in the past, we came to see that the women were just under suppression. They never had a voice, they could not express their feelings, they died with their ideas, and it was all men's affairs. And that is why it is just natural for even a little boy to grow up to become a tyrant in marriage. The first reason I want us to understand in African marriage is that the men are never prepared for marriage. All preparation made around marriage is to prepare the woman for abuse or slavery. And that's why they keep preaching different tolerance, different patience that Bible spelled out to African women. So by default, an African boy is grown with the mindset that is going to put a woman in the house when he gets married. Think about that. Not that he is joined to his wife, as the Bible says. And that's why many religious leaders have bad marriage, very reputable religious leaders. So the boy grows up becoming a tyrant in the marriage. Any little thing he abuses, he curses, he threatens with divorce or sending the lady back to her parents' home. So African marriage is nothing but emotional abuse, psychological abuse, so close to slavery, consented slavery. On the other hand, you can see the women enduring because they were prepared. Unintentionally, though, you see, when parents keep telling daughters, is that the kind of food you're going to prepare for your husband? Is that the way you're going to tidy your house? Is that the way you're going to do when you get married? Those things were preparing the girl child for marriage, but nothing was done to prepare the boy child. So we need to change that mindset. It's a wrong mindset. Women are not sold into slavery. Men are meant to detach from their parents and join their wife, and they both become one flesh.
It's very impossible for me to see this video and not come here and talk about it, in as much as there was no single stitch for this video. So it's just me and you talking about this topic, and I would like to know your thoughts about this topic down in the comment section. For my brothers and sisters that are living in United States, your how is the marriage over there? Does it, the way he explained this in the video, does it sound something like that? I'm in the right place to tell you if this man is right or wrong, because I am in Africa. I'm an African woman living in Nigeria, so I know what's up. So let me just go and say my own opinion and tell you if it's what he said is right or wrong. Hearing this from a man, I was very shocked when I saw this video on TikTok, and I'm like, oh, so a man like this can actually say something like this that is real. It's actually real, because when it comes to marriages here in Africa, they see women as slaves. not, they don't name it like slave, they name it like, oh, you're just helping, you're just a mother, you're just a good wife. Like, for you to classify somebody as a wife material, as a good wife, you must be doing something that you have to, like you're slaving for a master. You must know how to do all the domestic work. You must know how to cook all different food, diversity of food. You must be very good in the kitchen. You must know how to clean the house. You must know how to, take care of children, love children. You must even be able to give birth, because at a point, if you're not, after a year or two, if you can't give birth in some marriages, family members of the other, the man, they'll start telling you, they'll start looking at you one kind, and probably they might even bring another wife for the man. And that is what most marriages are here. Not all, because I feel like people are waking up already. Few people are waking up already to see that their wives are not supposed to slave for them, in as much as the wife duty is to respect the husband, have deep respect for the husband. That doesn't mean that she doesn't have a life of her own, or she cannot have, she can't do anything. Like, she has to just be submissive and be a slave. I feel like not most, some are waking up to see that that is not how women supposed to be. Why most marriages, especially the ones that has been the normal way it is here, a woman is actually trained in the parents' house to be able to take care of her home in her husband's house. I don't know how to put it. While the men are not always trained in any way. In any way, they are not always trained. Like, okay, come and wash the dishes, or you come and cook. They are never trained in their parents' house. And as a woman, if you get married and you are not good at all those things, they see you as you're a very useless woman, or the husband's family will start bringing someone else, start looking outside and telling you and threatening to bring someone else to marry, like a second wife. There are some religions that accept second wife, right? There are some that do not. That is, Islam you can actually bring second wife, and the way they just go ahead and marry second wife, it makes the woman, the first wife, to be like, okay, she's useless, she doesn't have a say. And when it gets to another stage, which is like things are happening, like things have gone south in the marriage, like everybody, when probably there's a conflict in the marriage, and it may be, when you look at the situation, you can clearly see that it is the man's fault. Like, you can clearly see, although if you're having conflicts with two people are fighting, at least yes, I know one person cannot be at fault all the time, or one person cannot be the only one at fault. You might have done something to annoy this person, to bring out this attitude, but let's say, after analyzing the whole situation, you've seen that it's the man that is the issue. Do you know what they do in Africa? They're going to pour the whole thing on the woman and tell the woman that you are the one that made your husband to do something like this. And at the end of the day, they'll blame the woman, and they also tell the woman, you have to be patient because there's nowhere you're going to. They made it look like, see, if marriage is like the only thing that defines woman. So if you're not in it, you are not a woman. I saw a video this afternoon while I was on TikTok. A woman was like, nobody's gonna respect you. Well, people are respecting you because you are still in your husband's house, because you're a married woman. The moment you're divorced, or the moment you don't have a husband, or you're not married yet, you can be respected. And which is actually true here in Africa. They feel like, yo, if you just say, I'm a married woman, the way people just say, oh, are you serious? Are you serious? Oh, they respect you truly. But if they see you like, this one is not married, like, it's like an insult. To be honest, I don't really get it. Why we just need to change this mentality. Africans, we need to change this mentality and see marriage as a union of two people coming together and trying to make things work out. Not just one person is going to do the whole thing and takes the whole blame and does all the whole work. There are a lot of things that a woman can take, or a woman takes from her husband, that the man would never take it. It should not even be heard of in Africa. In Africa, I'm saying this in Africa because I'm in Africa, and this video was actually was talking about men, the way men behave in Africa, their marriages and all of that. So to be honest, I would like to know if this is happening also in the United States. I would really like to hear. Or if you're not in the United States, I want to know what's up, my brothers and sisters. Let me know what's up. If this is happening, I really want to know. And yeah, that is it about this video. That's like the little I can share. And yeah, thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. My name is Maria Davis, as I said earlier. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.